How should I put this? Week after week, month after month, drama just seems to follow Lamine Yamal. The 18-year-old keeps getting scrutinized, first for his love life, and now for his arrogance on social media. Most recently, the issue of his injury has sparked a heated debate involving him, Barcelona, and the Spanish national team. In October 2025, Spanish football was abuzz with a name that was already familiar, but this time, not because of a dazzling dribble, a world-class goal, or a breathtaking performance. That name was Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's precious gem and the greatest hope of the Spanish national team. But this time, Yamal appeared on the front pages not for glory, but for a fiery dispute between club and country, between economic interests and national pride, between personal career and political maneuvering. In the squad list for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, coach Luis de la Fuente included Yamal as a matter of course. Barcelona, however, immediately pushed back, announcing that he was injured and would need at least 2 to 3 weeks of rest. The Spanish Football Federation had no choice but to leave him out. And so, a hidden war quietly erupted. Barcelona accused the national team of being irresponsible with the player's health. The national team responded by insisting they would not take unnecessary risks. The media and fans split into two opposing camps, while in the middle stood an 18-year-old who had unwillingly become the center of attention. Yamal is no ordinary player. At just 16, he was thrown into Barcelona's first team and quickly became a cornerstone. All of Europe bowed to the skill, speed, and boldness of this teenager. The press called him the new Messi, while fans saw him as the light at the end of the tunnel after Barcelona's turbulent years. The Spanish national team also placed its trust in Yamal, believing he would lead a new generation in the quest for World Cup glory. But every triumph comes with a price. Last season, Yamal played more than 50 matches for Barcelona, a staggering number for a player not yet 18. When Messi was around that age, he was only being used in rotation. When Rooney was 18, he too quickly faced criticism for being burned out too early. Pedri, Yamal's teammate, paid the price with recurring injuries after the grueling 2020-2021 season in which he played without rest. Yamal now seems to be heading down that same path. A pubic injury, known as osteitis pubis, is one of the most haunting conditions for footballers. It isn't as dramatic as a broken leg, nor as immediately devastating as a torn ligament, but it lingers, easily recurs, and can become chronic if not treated properly, potentially destroying a career. In fact, Barcelona admitted that Yamal has already had to rely on painkillers several times just to play. That's clear proof he is being pushed to the limit. As soon as the call-up list was announced, Barcelona coach Hansi Flick immediately criticized it. It's a reckless decision. If there are any signs of injury, I won't let him play. Barcelona's stance is clear: we want Yamal to rest. We want the national team to return our player. At first glance, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable position. A club has every right to protect its most precious asset. A star like Yamal is not only valuable on the pitch but also a commercial figurehead, a symbol of hope for millions of fans. Yet, from another perspective, people have reason to wonder, is Barcelona also using this injury as a shield? If Yamal stays home, the club gains extra time to prepare him for crucial matches. If his form drops, they can point the finger at the congested international schedule. By openly criticizing the Spanish Football Federation, Barcelona might even be trying to gain leverage in their ongoing power struggle. There's no denying that protecting Yamal also means protecting Barcelona itself. A young star suffering a serious injury doesn't just weaken the squad, it causes massive financial losses. In modern football, sport, economics, and politics are inseparable. On the other side, coach Luis de la Fuente and the federation did not sit still. They insisted the call-up list was based on medical reports and that Yamal's name was removed the moment they realized his condition was more serious. De la Fuente even emphasized, "I've never played a match without feeling pain. That's part of football." The statement sparked controversy. For many, it revealed a cold indifference, treating players' pain as something inevitable. But from the national team's point of view, there was some logic in it. Top-level football is always tied to sacrifice. A team cannot simply leave out its brightest star over an injury they believe can be managed, especially with Spain needing to assert itself in the World Cup qualifiers. Yamal was seen as indispensable. The problem is, if every club insists on protecting its players, who will the national team field? Can national pride give way to individual or club interests? This is the age-old conflict with no clear solution. The Yamal saga soon went beyond medical and tactical matters to become a fierce media battle. Barcelona proved extremely shrewd in shaping their narrative. They continually highlighted that they alone were truly concerned for the well-being of an 18-year-old. Flick's sharp statements and repeated press releases all painted the club as a devoted guardian, like a protective father shielding his precious jewel. That image struck a chord with the public. Everyone wanted to believe there was still a club putting people above trophies. That amid football's ruthless calculations, someone could stop for the sake of a young player's health. By contrast, Spain's national team found itself in a difficult position. Despite the federation's repeated claims that they wouldn't take risks and that every decision was based on strict medical protocol, the image they projected looked cold and pragmatic. To the public, the team appeared to be prioritizing national glory and victory over a player's health. And in an era where fan sentiment can sway everything, this image war tilted decisively in Barcelona's favor. They didn't just win the argument, they won people's hearts. Lost in all of this is the simple fact that Yamal is still only 18. Yet in the brutal carousel of modern football, he is no longer treated as a teenager. He has become a massive commercial asset, a strategic product that both club and country want to exploit, a national symbol draped on the shirt to ignite pride. But what about Yamal himself? Has anyone asked what he wants? What he needs? Has anyone given him the chance to rest? To recover? To live his teenage years instead of carrying the weight of millions of dreams? Modern football often forgets that players are human beings, with fragile bodies and vulnerable hearts. They are not tireless machines, nor endless profit-making tools. And at 18, Yamal is the clearest reminder of that fragility. Social media, of course, erupted with divided opinions. Supporters said, "He's only 18, with a long career ahead. Nobody wants to see a prodigy burned out and broken. Let the kid rest. Football needs a healthy Yamal, not a limping one." Barcelona are right, the club pays him, cares for him, and naturally must protect him. The national team only wants to use him for results. Who really cares about his future? Critics countered. This is the national team, not a playground. At 18, he has to show fighting spirit. If he hides behind minor injuries to dodge duty, how can he be called a great star? Rumor has it he loves partying and hasn't looked after himself properly, so don't blame just the federation or Barcelona. He must live more professionally. Spain raised him, and when the nation calls, he disappears? Fans invest money and faith, not for excuses but for commitment. It's disappointing. And then there were those in the middle. Both sides have a point. Barcelona must protect their player. The national team must defend its honor. But the real victim is Yamal. He's being turned into a pawn in a political tug-of-war. At 18, no one should carry both club and country on their shoulders. He should be seen as a person, not a money-printing machine. Let him rest and come back when he's truly ready. So now, to everyone watching this video, what's your perspective? Is the national team draining Yamal? Or do Barcelona and Yamal himself have legitimate reasons to avoid national duty? I won't say who's right or wrong here. But personally, and I'm sure many of you feel the same, I just want to see Lamine Yamal playing in the biggest matches. Imagine a Champions League without him, terrible. A World Cup without Spain's brightest star. That's not the spectacle anyone wants. So let's set the arguments aside for now. The hope is that Yamal will recover soon and give his very best for both his club and his country. Because in the end, everything in football, and in life, should serve one ultimate purpose: to protect and uplift human value.